Welcome back. Sorry for a bit of a long break, but we have been busy. We got our fence in, and I am beyond thrilled with it. It was a labor of love. Part of the reason we don't have a ton of footage of it because we were really focusing on it, and it turned out to be a lot of work that I wasn't anticipating. Well, I was, but I wasn't. And I guess I am happy with the results, but it took me longer than I anticipated. It took us longer than I anticipated, I should say, because I had a lot of help. Couldn't have done this alone. So I'm going to talk you through the process and then bring in some footage that we have to show you each step, and hopefully you can get a full picture of what went into this. All right, so first we had to set the post. So Ed and I walked around and placed where each post needed to go with some paint, and then we had to auger them out, and that turned into quite the ordeal. Not surprising. You guys have heard me talk about our clay soil so many times, and it came back again into our planning here. It was very difficult. The first hole was really easy to dig, and it made us think, oh, this is going to be no problem. And then the 17th hole, we wanted to die. So, you know, we got it done. After the posts were in, we let them sit for a day so that the concrete could cure. We've got our runs in next. So that was another thing that we had to figure out, is how to get those to look nice, but also be as even as possible considering that we have uneven terrain. So we did end up getting there. They are mostly even, and I'm pretty happy with that. After that, we let the wood hang out for a little while. We had to let the pickets dry out so they didn't warp in our temperatures that were varying a lot. So a couple days passed by. We got one section done, and then a couple weeks passed by and we got the other sections done. So excited with these cedar pickets. They are so beautiful. I am going to do something with them besides keeping them the raw wood. Stay tuned for that. And it's honestly the little fairy garden start of my dreams. I'm so excited to see the next steps with it, and it really brought this space together and framed it in, and I'm just so thrilled with it. Next, I'll do a little plant update for you. We also planted in some new things, so I'll go through those and also give you an idea of how the plants are faring. Some of them are doing great and have finally burst from the ground and are looking beautiful. Others are struggling a bit, and there are a few heartbreaks. So I'm going to go through those and give you guys an update on what's happening. Okay, so here is the view from one side of the garden. You can see just how much it's thickened up since I think June was when I first got the plants into the ground. Some of these are new, some of them have been there since the very beginning. I'm just so pleased with how many of them have started to grow and really grown like weeds actually in the past month or so. I'm guessing it's all the heat we finally got, and you know, less rain, more heat, the plants were happier. So from this angle, you can see that my beautiful sedum is changing color. We are heading into autumn very quickly here in the lovely state of Wisconsin. So my sedums are changing. My hydrangeas are starting to change. I'm so thrilled with those. I love them so much. They have, you know, needed a little extra love through this heat, but they're doing great, and I think they're handling the sun wonderfully. So really happy with those. The geraniums are back. They got mowed down by some rogue deer that came through. Was not anticipating that. We have bunnies, but I did not anticipate that we were going to be dealing with deer. They are finally coming back, and they did actually have another bloom, which was nice to see, so they're going to be just fine. My Nepeta is an absolute patch. It is huge and happy, and the bees love it. It is very rare that I don't see at least 3 bumblebees on these at a time, and that thrills me because that is part of the reason that I wanted to do this. This is a huge win for me. This is one of my echinacea. I can't remember the name of it exactly, but it is a frilled kind, and it is yellow. This was eaten basically all the way down to the ground by bunnies, completely, in June. And I was so sad. It was so little. I didn't think it was coming back. But then enough heat and enough love, and it did come back, and they are just gorgeous. I love them so much. I love the green center that eventually fades to yellow, and it's just so happy, and it makes me happy that it is back and thriving. Some new additions that I planted because I needed some more lower growing. I needed some more lower growing plants is my sedum right here. These only get about 8 inches tall, and I really love that. I didn't know that these existed, and I also loved their red color. So planted a couple of those, and will definitely get more if I can find them because they are just lovely. And again, the bees love them. My lantana, not surprising, is absolutely massive. This is probably the 4th year I've grown lantana, and this is by far the largest my lantana have ever gotten. In my last garden, I was only able to get, like, on a good day, 6 hours of sun, and here they get 8 or 9 hours of sun, and wow, does it make a difference. They are absolutely massive and beautiful. And again, pollinators love those. These are on their way out, but I've got to get a huge shout out to these Veronica. They are beautiful, and I can't even describe the amount of bees that I've gotten on these. I'm planting more next year for sure. You can already see, I know they're wasps, but I will still take them. Bumblebees are usually here too. So yeah, I love them so much, even on their way out of bloom. This is their 2nd flush of bloom, still covered in pollinators. So beautiful. From there, one of the heartbreaks that I am dealing with and I have started to process is my hollyhocks. I saw about a month ago that they were starting to develop rust. I didn't know much about rust. I knew that hollyhocks could get it, but I didn't realize how bad it was. And through my research, I found that there's really not much I can do about it, and that these are probably going to be a loss, which is a bummer. It's a whole growing season lost, but I have already researched and I found new types that I can use that are, I guess, a little bit more resilient to rust. So that will be next year's project, planting new seedlings, and these will unfortunately have to come out. I will also be planting those probably in a different spot because rust can survive in the ground for a full year. So that's my heartbreak. I'm dealing with it. It's fine. But in the meantime, let's enjoy these beautiful blooms. They're just a beautiful burgundy black, and I'm so sad, but you know, that's how it goes in the garden sometimes. Yeah. But everything else is looking very happy, growing like a weed. Look at this purple coneflower that is native to here, and my goodness, you can tell it is the happiest plant in this entire garden. Can't believe how huge it is. Now we're gonna quick scan over to the other side. There's been some new additions there as well. I won't go through as many, but kind of show you what's been happening on that side. So over here I've been filling in some stuff as well, doing some repeats where I can. So we've got, again, the same geranium that I have on the other side. I planted over here because I needed some dark purple foliage, and I am very happy with that. I think it looks beautiful. I added some evergreen interest with these blue star junipers. They're so cute, and I love them so much. They're very slow growers, so he's gonna just stay in this little puff for quite a while before it eventually tops out at about 4 feet. These echinacea, I also love. I don't know what else to say. There's just so many things that I planted that I love that are, you know, in their last little bit of the season here, so you can tell they're a little tired. We are in September, and usually beginning of October is when our plants are done. That's when our frost comes in and these guys get to rest finally. Planted some flax. Those are going to be beautiful next year. They're just kind of hanging out right now, getting used to their environment. Hopefully next year they just explode. Here's some evidence of bunnies. Love them. They just love the gay feather. They cannot leave it alone. Luckily, I got to see it bloom, but my goodness. After that, they absolutely decimated it. That's okay though. Sometimes that happens. Oh my goodness, you guys. Look at this bumble. Can you see the size of this thing? When I tell you it is like a little helicopter flying over me right now. Do you see that? Absolutely massive. Good for you, buddy. Oh my gosh, he's so huge. Anyway, Sorry, got distracted. Got a few more plants to put in that I got for some late summer, fall interest, some asters and some tick seed. So those will be going in here shortly. And yeah, that's about where we're at with this side. Still haven't cut out the path. Like I said, we've been so busy. But many things that we're very happy that we accomplished. Many things that I did not think we were going to get done. But then we ended up doing it. So yeah, there's your garden update. It's looking so gorgeous. Say hi to Ed. All right, last step of the process probably for this year and what we're hoping to get done. I want a few bushes to go in between the hydrangeas. There's going to be enough room for maybe a small cedar, maybe a small juniper, something that gets maxed out about 4 feet. On the inside part by our sidewalks, I'm eventually going to find some spiral topiaries. I've always wanted them. I think they're going to be beautiful and add a little formality to this wild garden. So those are going to go in this year. Eventually, we've got a few spots up here that I would like to fill if perennials go on sale. That would be great. I'll fill in with some more water-loving plants because this gets pretty boggy over here. Hopefully, from there, that's probably the plants we'll plant this year. Hopefully, we can still get into our path before winter comes. And then we have a few decor things in the garden that we want to try to accomplish. We'll probably do another garden update soon, so come back and see that soon.